Hey there folks, you're at the right place. This Diwali, we're giving out an iPhone 8 for being good, recommending good. For details, check the video description below and remember to subscribe to the channel. It's called PowerDrift to win this one.
Alright, the weather is pretty gloomy, but the car we have for you today is anything but. Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the first drive of the all-new Skoda Kodiaq. Skoda's first foray into the world of 7-seater SUVs. Starting with the design of the car, in the front you have this wide imposing butterfly grille, you have these LED crystal headlamps, you get chunky 18-inch wheels, and the design overall I feel is well proportioned and in typical Skoda fashion isn't really over the top. So then, is the Kodiaq just another rebadged Tiguan? Well, no, not really. Yes, it's based on the MQB platform. Yes, it has the same engine and gearbox options, but that is about it. The Kodiaq is bigger, a lot bigger. 4.7 meters long, 1.9 meters wide and 1.7 meters tall. To put that into perspective, it is about 100 millimeters shorter than the Fortuner, 200 millimeters shorter than the Endeavour, and it sits about 200 millimeters lower than both those cars.
In the back you get an automatic power tailgate. With the third row up you get access to 245 litres. There's a double floor to store away the luggage cover, and with the third row seats down you get access to 630 litres. The middle row is configurable in a 40-20-40 split, and if we fold the second row down you get access to a sliver over 2000 litres.
Alright, space in the middle seat. Well, it's good enough to seat 3 people abreast, and the seats itself can move up to 18 centimeters forward and backward, so it can pretty much accommodate any body type.
Getting into the third row is a bit of a challenge.
However, the third row, well, it's best suited for kids.
When it comes to features, there is the usual fare from premium SUVs. So you get a panoramic sunroof, automatic headlamps and wipers, a 575-watt Canton audio system, 10 color LED ambient lights, 3-zone climate control, an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, dual front electric seats, 360-degree parking sensors with hands-free parking assist. However, in full disclosure, I just couldn't figure out how to make that work. Now, while the feature list is long,
the engineers have come up with some features that are, well, simply clever.
A rubber door protector that pops out when you open the doors, a magnetic torch in the back, a little dustbin, of course your umbrella, and possibly my favorite add-on feature that I've seen in a while.
The power nap pack. Essentially, you flip down these 2 pegs, pull out your privacy screen, take out your fleece blanket, you get 2 pillows, and you're ready to take a nap. I now understand why they've named this car after a cuddly Alaskan bear.
Alright, so as is the standard with all cars from the VW group, safety is at the forefront. The Kodiaq gets 9 airbags, gets a drowsiness sensor and a ton of electronic aids, and all of this has added up. The car gets a full 5 stars on the Euro NCAP safety tests. In addition to this, one of the interesting safety features I find is something called the voice enhancer. Essentially what it does is it picks up your voice from the microphone and pumps it to the people at the back, so you don't really have to turn your neck around if you want to talk to people in the back. Now that's pretty cool. Now when it comes to engine options, this is the staple 2-liter TDI. It produces 148 bhp and 340 Newton meters of torque. This is made into a 7-speed DSG. This is the DQ500 series of DSG units. As expected, the power delivery on this car is incredibly linear and buttery smooth. In addition to this, you also get multiple driving modes that can alter the feel of the car. So you can way up the steering, sharpen up your throttle response.
And if you'd like to make your drive just a little bit more engaging, the car also comes with paddle shifters.
Now the Kodiaq is equipped with an all-wheel drive system from Haldex. And although it is an all-wheel drive system, this is primarily a soft-roader, so it's extremely front-wheel drive biased, and the rear wheels only kick in when there is a need for a little more traction. By no means this is a hardcore off-road. It doesn't get any of those toys, and the Kodiaq really doesn't want to be that. Now, because they've had to accommodate the third row and its spare wheel, the fuel tank capacity has suffered a little bit. Kodiaq comes with a 63-litre fuel tank, whereas other cars in this class have fuel tanks that are well over 70 litres. Now, the Kodiaq is based on a monocoque chassis and it drives like a sedan, and I mean that in a really positive way. You don't get that wavy feel that you get on typical body-on-frame SUVs that you find like the Fortuner and Endeavour. The suspension handles smooth roads extremely well. The car really feels nice and planted. However, that being said, there is a little bit of that underlying German SUV firmness in the suspension, and that really is amplified when you do drive over broken roads. It's a little bit too harsh. That being said, by no means is it a deal breaker. I wouldn't go so far as to call the suspension firm.
However, I was driving the car alone and the ride could get better with more passengers in the car.
For what the Kodiaq is, it handles really well. There isn't a lot of body roll in the corners. In fact, it feels pretty nimble. My field of vision is really good. The A-pillar is narrow, so I don't really have a blind spot. That being said, however, there is a fairly large blind spot on the D-pillar back there. And with 188 millimeters of ground clearance unladen, even over broken roads, the car hasn't bottomed out at any point of time. Brakes are really good. It offers great bite, great progression, feels pretty sure-footed in the corners, and I have to keep reminding myself that this is a fairly large 7-seater SUV.
With good driving dynamics, ample space, plenty of features and creature comforts, the Skoda Kodiaq is a hard car to fault. If you're in the market for a large family SUV and you don't need the hardcore off-roading tech, the Kodiaq should be on your list.
What is all this going to cost you then? Well, the car is going to be launched on the 4th of October and we suspect that it's going to cost a sliver over 30 lakh rupees, and if they match that price point, I think it's really great value. What did you think about the Kodiaq then? You can let us know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen. I will see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.